And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Giants. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Hot! Hot!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. To Barkley on the check down. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night. Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
Now they try the right side here. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Lucky 56.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He dumps it off to Barkley. And now running right through it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. On first down, they go option to the right. A pitch back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Detroit! 4 down. Gone!
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run with Barkley. Oh, twisting away. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. He'll try to punch it in, and he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Lucky 56.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give him even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Penny. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. On play action, they'll throw. Going up top for Miller. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Here's a give to Barkley. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A gain of 32 that time.
when the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
Watch it now, Barney.
A first down carry for Barkley, and they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's Barkley on the counter. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Giants are in for 6. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dumps that off to Penny, his running back. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And Miller with it over the middle. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
They'll look to throw. Stays on his feet. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. A very solid gain of 27. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this time out. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Baldwin now to return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and he goes for a 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Look to throw here. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Grady Jarrett in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They'll set up a throw. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Second half begins with a run from Penny. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Olivier Vernon brings him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now back to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here we go now. Green.
Looking to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Penny. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, but it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
The Giants on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Detroit! Gone! 57. Hot!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Detroit!
to throw here. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big 30-yard play on third. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they're going option left. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. 36.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Fighting through. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You can have the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And now it's 3rd down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacting to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Warren. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Penny, a first down carry. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Gone!
Back to throw. He sets to fire deep. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Rashad Penny hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are back within a score. And it's up and good. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Now here's Baldwin. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll run it here. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
The pitch goes to Barkley. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Giants on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that.